Hi everyone. So today we are going to discuss about a very interesting concept called a square and a cube. Okay. And this is part of class 8 NCERT book, which is the latest book or the new book. Okay. So as per that, we will discuss about the square and a cube. Okay. So there will be multiple videos in the series to describe about the complete chapter. Okay. So today we are first starting with the very first thing where there are a lot of puzzle stories and all. Okay. So this is going to be pretty interesting. So let's get started with that. And we will see some of the initial stuff, which is like some initial concepts that will help us to understand and solve the puzzle in a very simple way. Okay, so the first thing that I want to let you know that you must understand is the concept of square and factor. So two things we'll study today. Okay, square and factor. Very small things we'll discuss for maybe 5 minutes and then we'll jump into the story. So now if you look at what is a square, if I tell what is square, so you might be thinking of like a square. I have seen some of the, I have already read that, okay, there are something called rectangles, square, cubes and all, right? We are not discussing about that right now, but yeah, there are some links. But when I talk about a square of a number, square of a number, that means I want to multiply that number with the same number. What does that mean? That means if I now say, what is square of 5? What's the answer? It is 25. What is meaning 5 multiplied by 5, which is 25. Okay. Similarly, if I say square of 9, what does it mean? 9 multiplied by 9, which is 81. Okay. Now this is very simple, right? Multiply the same number with the number and you get a square. Very, very simple, right? Now let's talk about factors. Okay, what are factors? Let me just erase this so it becomes simple and easy for us to write a lot of things here. Okay, so now we are discussing about factors. Okay, so what are factors? So if you look at a factor, we'll explain it through example. Understanding things through example is very easy. If I tell you 2 multiplied by 3, how much it is? 6, right? Now I can say 2 and 3 are factors of 6. Simple, right? The numbers I am multiplying to get the bigger number, these numbers are called factors of this number. Okay, right? Very simple. Now, if you say, sir, 1 multiplied by 6 is also 6. Yes, you are correct. So, 1 and 3 are also the factors of 6. Or we can say all these numbers are factor of 6, right? Similarly, let's consider number 12. Okay, what are the factors? First, find what I can multiply to get 12, right? So which is 1 multiplied by 12 is 12. Yes, correct. Then 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. Yes, correct. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. Yes, correct. What else you have? You don't have anything else, right? You might be thinking, no, no, sir, we have 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Yes, you are correct. But we have already the numbers. We already got the numbers, right? 3 and 4. Similarly, 6 multiplied by 2 is also 12. But we have already written 2 and 6, right? So these are basically the same numbers. So now if I say factors of 12 are, what are the factors of 12 here? 1, 12, 2, 6, 3, and 4, right? These are the factors of 12, right? Very simple, right? One more observation I'll tell you. Just observe this point. Whenever we're talking about factors, these are all coming in pairs, right? Because I multiply two numbers to find out the bigger number, right? So that is why always factors comes in pairs, right? 1 and 12 is a pair, 2 and 6 is a pair, 3 and 4 is a, right? Simple concept, nothing complicated. So till now we discussed just about square and factors, right? So with this, let's go into the puzzle. Okay. So what is our puzzle? Our puzzle says that Queen Ratna Manjuri had a will written that described her fortune of Ratnas. What is the will? Will is like a document which talks about what happens to my possessions or whatever I have, whatever maybe gold ornaments we have, whatever money I have, whatever land I have, what will happen to those once I'm not there, right? Once I am no more. So that's a will. So Queen Ratnamanjari had a will that describes her fortune of Ratnas. Ratnas means what? Precious stones. What happens to the precious stones which are owned by Queen Ratnamanjari? What will happen to them? And also include a puzzle. Oh, and that will also included a puzzle. Okay. So why puzzle? What are these things? Let's understand. Let's proceed to the story. So her son and their 99 relatives were invited to the reading of her will. So there are total, her son was there, Queen Ratnamanjari's son, and 99 relatives were there. All were invited to reading of the will of the queen because they want to understand that once queen is not there or now queen is not there, what who will get this ratnas or these precious stones, let's say diamonds. Right? So she wanted to leave all of her ratnas to her son. She actually wanted to give everything to her son, but she knew that if she did so, all their relatives would pester her son forever. Okay, so she knew that if she gives all the money to her son without giving anything to a relative, so the relative will start troubling her son, a small kid, right? So what she did, she wrote a puzzle, okay, and she thought that whatever she had taught her son, the son would be able to solve the puzzle. That's what the story says. She hoped that she had taught him everything he needed to know about solving the puzzle. She left the following note in her will. So she gave a puzzle and she thought that my son is intelligent enough, or whatever I have taught him, he will be able to solve the puzzle and he will win all the precious stones. So the will says that I have created a puzzle. If all the 100 of you answer it at the same time, you will share the ratnas equally. And however, if you are the first one to solve the problem, you will get to keep the entire inheritance to yourself. Good luck. So she's telling you can keep everything. Inheritance means once I am not there, what my son or daughter or somebody will inherit from me or get from me. So let's see what is the puzzle. That's the key thing. Okay. The minister takes all of them to a secret room in the mansion containing 100 lockers. Okay. So 100 lockers are there. The minister explained that each person is assigned a number 1 to 100. So every person, there are 100 persons, right? 100 people total. Son plus 99. Everybody will get one number. Okay. Person 1 opens every locker. Person 2 toggles every second locker. Okay. Toggles means what? Toggles means changes the position to the opposite. If it is open, it will be closed. If it is closed, it will be open. But here you see person 2 will not touch every locker. Okay. Person 2 will touch every second locker. That means either the second one, fourth one, then sixth one, then eighth one. Right? You got it. Similarly, person 3 again toggles every third locker. That means third one, sixth one, ninth one, like that. Okay. Person 4 toggles every fourth locker. That means fourth, eighth, 12th and all. And this system will go on till the 100th person gets the chance. So this process will go on till the end. Okay. Now let's see. In the end, only some lockers remain open. So the puzzle says that at the end, only some lockers will remain open. The open lockers reveal the code to the fortune in the safe. Okay. Now again, it says that there is some safe is there which has a code. Okay. So this code will be revealed from this open lockers. Okay. Even this open lockers doesn't tell the code. Okay. Open locker will have something that will reveal the code. Okay. So first our job is to figure out what lockers will stay open and from there collect code. Okay. Clear? Now the puzzle is clear. Now this is like, if I do it for 100 people, it will take a long time, right? Let's do it for 10 people. Okay. Then we can understand some kind of pattern. Okay. And from that pattern, we will proceed. Okay. Let's see. So now here you can see that I have created this column for people. Okay. P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6 are for people. And L1, L2, L3, L4 till L10 is for lockers. Okay, so what happens? So when the first person comes, he can actually open all the lockers, right? Everything is closed now. So what, first person can touch every locker and he will open all the lockers, right? All the lockers are open. Now what will happen to the second person? Second person cannot touch every locker. He can go to, or she can go to the every second locker and sees that if it is open, it will be closed. If it is closed, it will be open. So that is toggling, right? So now if you look at, he goes to locker 2 and it is already open, right? So he closes it. Similarly, for locker 4 will be closed, 6 will be closed, 8 will be closed, and 10 will be closed, right? I think till this point of time it is clear, right? If you're not at all clear, or some question is there, okay, just pause here, go back in the video and check what we have discussed. If still you have question, please put it into the comment section. I'll try to answer. Okay, coming back, then what will person 3 will do? Person 3 can touch only every third locker. That means third one which is open, so it will be closed. Then we will go to sixth one. Sixth is already closed, so he will open. Then we will go to ninth one. Ninth one is open, so we'll close it. Fourth guy comes, right? Fourth person comes. What fourth person will do? He'll go to only the the fourth locker. It is already closed, so we'll keep it open. Then go to eighth. It is already closed. Keep it open. Nothing else he can touch in our example as of now. Then the person 5. What person 5 will go? Go to the fifth locker. It is already closed, so opens it. Then go to 10th. It is already closed. I'm sorry. So person 5 goes to the fifth locker. It is already open, so you will close it. And person, then he will go to 10th locker. Every fifth locker he will touch, right? And this is closed and he will open it. Then person 6. 6, what happens? It is already closed. Sorry, it is already open, so we'll close it, right? Person 7 checks that it is already open, so he closes it. Person 8, he already sees that the locker 8 is, what happens, is open, so close it. Person 9 sees that the locker is already closed, so open it. Person 10, he sees that locker is already open, so close it. Now you see, after 10 people touch this 10 lockers, so what happened? Which lockers are open now? Can you tell me which lockers are open now? So the open lockers are, first locker is open, right? This one is open. Then what else is open? Locker 4 is open, right? Then what is open? Locker 6 is open, right? No, locker 6 is closed. Which is open? Locker 9 is open, right? Everything else is closed. See? So do you get some idea now? Like if these lockers are open, then can you tell, like if this process is being repeated for 100 lockers, which locker would be open? For that to understand, we should understand the concept that why these lockers are open. Within this only this 10. If you can figure out that logic or that concept, we can figure out all those things, right? So let's check 149. Why these are open? What is the thing? Now, what do you see? Like how many times the locker has been touched? Let's write it down so that it is clear. Okay. This is touched only one time, locker 1. Locker 2 is touched 2 times. Locker 3 again 2 times. Locker 4 3 times. Locker 5 2 times. Locker 6 4 times. Locker 7 2 times. Locker 8 1 2 3 4 times. Locker 9 3 times. Locker 10 again 4 times. So you see the lockers which are touched even number of times, those are all closed, right? And the lockers which are touched odd number of times, those are open, right? Correct? Understood? Then again, then how do I decide, or how do I figure out that how many times a locker will be touched? It based on how many factors that number has. See, so simple. One has how many factor? One has only one factor, right? 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. There is nothing else that you can multiply to make it 1. So 1 has only one factor. 2 has how many factors? 2 has 2 factors. That is, how many factors 2 has? 2 is equal to 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. So 2 has 2 factors. So the locker has been touched 2 times. 3 has how many factors? 3 has also 2 factors, right? 1 multiplied by 3 is 3. Only 2 factors. So 3 is touched twice. Locker 4. How many factors locker 4 has? 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. What else? 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So now see how many factors it has? 1, 4 and 2. Only one number, right? We have to consider the numbers. How many factors? So 1, 4 and 2. So locker 4 has 3 factors. So that has, it has been open and these are odd number of factors. Locker 5th is being touched 2 times. Why? Because 5, how you can write? 1 multiplied by 5 is 5. That's all, right? So it has only 2 factors, right? So it is touched twice. Similarly, you can check for locker 6, locker 7, locker 8, locker 9 and locker 10. So from here, what is clear? The clear thing is that the locker which has even number of factors, that is been closed, and the locker which has odd number of factors is open. Okay, till this point of things are clear, right? Everything is clear till this point of time. Now the question comes that then how do I figure out that which number will have even factors, even number of factors, not even factors, even number of factors, and which number will have odd number of factors? That answer also lies in this. Okay, so now let's understand. So we understood that everything has a even number of factors other than these numbers, right? 1, 4 and 9. These have odd number of factors. That's why these number of lockers are open. Okay, but why? Because if you look at, these numbers are actually square numbers, right? These numbers are actually square numbers. Okay, so what we understood now, let's what we first chapter what we sorry, first slide what we study, let's understand that. Okay, it will be very clear. Okay, what we are telling, factor always comes in a pair. Remember, we always were telling in the beginning that factor always comes in pair, right? We told it 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. It is coming in pair, right? So in which case that the factors won't come in pair? The only scenario when factors won't come in pair, when we multiply the same numbers 2 times to get the number, right? Why? Just see that. Just see the example. 9 is 1 multiplied by 9 is 9. Okay. Then 3 multiplied by 3 is also 9, right? But here the same number I am multiplying. So there is one pair here, but there is a single number here. Getting the point? But for any other number, let's say 8. Okay. 8 will have 1 multiplied by 8 is 8. 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Right? So there is a one pair. So obviously it will have a even number of factors because 2 plus 2 is 4, right? If you have multiple pairs, that means it is all even number like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, how many factors ever it has, right? So who has the odd number of factors? Only the numbers which are squared numbers, that will have odd number of factors and it will remain open. Okay, understood? Now let's go back. Okay, so what we understood now, let's write it down so it is clear. So the numbers which are perfect squares will have odd number of factors. Got it? So what are those numbers? Those numbers are 1, 4, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, 6 square is 36, 7 square is 49, 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81, 10 square is 100, right? So these are the lockers actually which will stay open because they will have odd number of factors. That means those will be touched odd number of times. So it is toggling, right? Clear up to this? If you're not clear, please go back. I'm 100% sure that if you repeat a little bit, or if you try to, understand and ask questions yourself, then you will be able to understand very clearly if you are not clear till this point. Okay. Still, if you have doubt, please put in the comment section. I will get back to you. Okay. So now, according to your book, they have also given some hint. So write the locker numbers that remain open. Which locker number remain open? 1, 4, then 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49, 8 square 64, 9 square 81, and 10 square 100. These lockers will stay open. Okay. So from this locker, we got the code. What is the code? The code is this. Okay. This is the code. The code says which are these 5 lockers which will be touched exactly twice. That's the question. Okay. If you refer to the books tells that. So that means from this locker, what happens? From this locker, he again got a hint. And what is the hint? This is the hint. The hint is that the lockers which has been touched exactly twice, those first 5 lockers is the key to open the another locker which has all the ratnas. Okay, understood? So that means the queen wanted to give them the puzzle to figure out what are those 5-digit code to unlock the real locker which will have all the ratnas. So that 5-digit code is what? The hint was that which are those 5 lockers which will be touched exactly twice. So which will be touched exactly twice? Obviously, till now we know that the locker will be touched as many times as number of factors that locker number has, right? That we understood, right? So which locker will be touched only twice? That means which locker will have only 2 factors, right? Which locker will have only 2 factors? Can you like relate it to some concept? Which numbers has only 2 factors? Prime numbers has only 2 factors, right? So what are the first 5 prime numbers? Right? That will be the code to unlock. Let's go back. What are the first 5 prime numbers? 1? No. 1 is not a prime number, right? 1 is not a prime number. 1 is a special number. 1 doesn't have 2 factors. 1 has only 1 factor. 1 is equal to 1 multiplied by 1. It has only 1 factor is 1, right? There is no other number. This number is repeated. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. So factor is only 1 factor, right? So 1 is not a prime number. So what is our prime number? First prime number is 2, right? First prime number is 2, second prime number is 3, third prime number is 5, then fourth prime number is 7, and next prime number will be 8, 9, 10 is not, next prime number would be 11, right? So what is the code? The code is actually 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, right? So this is the code using which the queen's son opened the locker and took all the ratnas. Okay, let's look at the book. Okay, maybe you will be confused now. Let's look at the book so that you can relate it. So here you can clearly see, right? Immediately collects the code from these first 10 lockers, right? Which were, and what was the code? The code says that the passcode consists of the first 5 locker numbers that were touched exactly twice. That is what it says, right? So that means he got the code like which lockers will stay open till the end. Those are the initial 10 lockers. Then from there he got this passcode. Okay, what passcode consists of is that first 5 locker numbers that are touched exactly twice. Okay, so what are those numbers? See here, the numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Right? Now you're clear, like how did you deduce all the way till this, right? This is pretty interesting. If you know, if this is the puzzle that you understood now, maybe you can play with this puzzle too with others who do not know, right? Your elder brother, elder sister, or somebody else who is interested in mathematics, you can ask them, and maybe they will be able to, you can solve together. You can give some kind of hints to them, let them solve it, or you can guide them like the way we did. right? I hope things are clear with this puzzle. See, we learned so many things, right? We learned about square numbers, we learned about even odd numbers, we learned about factors, we learned about prime numbers, right? Lot of things we learned. So that is what is the beauty of mathematics. And if you look at the latest development, right, artificial intelligence, what is artificial intelligence? Actually, artificial intelligence is at core, it is more about probability, it is about finding patterns, it is about finding statistics, right? So all these terms, don't get afraid, whatever terms I'm telling, anyway, you need not to go into detail, but what you should understand is that these are all mathematics. Probability is mathematics, statistics is mathematics, and using statistics and finding pattern is also mathematics, right? So means don't get afraid, I'm just telling you that mathematics has application everywhere in our life. Okay, so try to understand mathematics and enjoy it, do not get afraid of it. Okay, so that's the whole point. I hope things are clear here. If you have any question, any doubt, please put your comments. I will try to get back to that. And from next class, we'll start with the actual problems and all whatever there in the book. Okay, that will be pretty simple. Now, if you understood this, those things will be like pretty simple. Okay, we are here together, so I'll make sure you understand things and we'll go together. Okay, so see you in the next lecture. Thank you.